Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be looking at one of the better carries of 7.34. That carry hero is Gyrocopter, and we're not going to be looking at any Gyrocopter because that wouldn't be an extremely exciting and wild video. We're going to be looking at a Rapier, you heard that right, a Mask of Madness Rapier Gyrocopter. Obviously, he then got an Aegis, because this is really the only way you can make this viable. If you're going to go Rapier and Gyro, you have to get an Aegis basically instantly after. But yeah, this is Parker from Beast Coast, ranked 4 in North America, and he goes a crazy build. Nothing else to say. Falcon Blade, Ags, Mask of Madness into a damn Rapier. Let's get into it. Also, if you guys are interested in more 7.34 content and want to get a jump on the patch, over on the GameLeap website, it's currently 50% off, but over on the GameLeap website, I'm going to be making a ton of content basically talking about the new builds that you can go, the new heroes you can try, and all the new strategies you can use for this new patch. So if you're interested in that, this is the time to sign up. This is currently 50% off. All you gotta do is use the code SUMMER in the checkout. And yeah, hope to see you guys there. Click the link down below, and let's get back into the video. Alright, so in the laning stage, the key to this hero is really just maxing out on damage and typically taking homing missile at level 1. The reason why is Gyro's base damage is pretty good, but his base attack speed is extremely good, and so you can click a lot, you just need as much damage as possible to take advantage of it. And so yeah, basically in the laning stage, it's just a lot of pulling creep aggro so you don't get denied due to your bad damage, and then anytime you put homing missile on someone, you typically chase, because you should expect them to run in most circumstances, and as a result, you can get some good damage as they run from the homing missile. Some good players will click the homing missile as they actually could have killed it there, but yeah, you can put the homing missile on them and then chase them down and get a lot of autos just like Parker did. On top of that, if you really want to play for heavy harass, you can skill Flak at level 2 in lanes where you don't think Rocket Barrage will be very good. And I can kind of understand why he doesn't go Barrage this lane. Spear of Mars from Mars is very good against Rocket Barrage as it helps him disengage, so is his W, right, Dod's Rebuke. And so clicking Flak on a low armor hero like Mars is pretty good just for casual harass. It's pretty crazy how he plays this lane, like I'm not gonna lie. Because if you click your E off cooldown, which is what he does here, right? If you click your E off cooldown, if you're not careful, you're gonna miss a lot of last hits. And honestly, his last hits, they're okay, but they're not great. But he clicks it as much as humanly possible. Like, if the enemy offlaner is in range, he just starts flacking. You'll see here, right? And flak works on deny, by the way, so you can do that. But yeah, just flak, flak, flak. Over and over and over again, just flagging as much as you can. And kind of a cool strategy that he uses is when he shoves the wave under tower, which is what happens when you spam Flak Cannon. You can then hit the tower and use that as a way to hit Flak Cannon without getting too close to the enemy. The enemy Nature's Prophet made this a little bit harder to do, and I'm not gonna lie, this wasn't that effective because it cost him to lose his range creep and a melee creep, probably 2. It's a bit of a questionable strategy. I wouldn't recommend hitting 4 times under the tier 1, it's gonna make you lose the range creep. Just be careful, maybe only hit twice. From there, once you've won your lane as Gyrocopter, what you wanna do is drag camps together. It's pretty simple. You're gonna hit this camp and bring it to this camp. If you have a ward, you can bring this camp to this camp. Actually, you can even do it without a ward. These camps drag pretty far. And of course, lastly, this camp to this camp. And that's why it's pretty nice to have a Quelling Blade, because you can cut trees like this one, you can cut this tree, and finally you can cut these trees, right? So make sure you have a Quelling Blade. Primarily bought it, I think, this game for the base damage and to cut out of Sprout from the enemy Nature's Prophet, but it's certainly just good in general, right? It allows you to cut those trees and make sure Flak gets the most value possible. What I really like about Parker's gameplay is that he's very willing to get active. We'll see in this clip here that he has max Flak Cannon, which is the build that you should be going. Right, there are some lanes where max Rocket Barrage is good if the enemy can't get you away, but most games maxing Flak is nice because it allows you to farm very efficiently afterwards. I will say Rocket Barrage could have been good this game because it's very good with IO and Overcharge, the spell amp you get from that, but let's move on. So yeah, what I was saying is that he gets really active, and you can see he predicted this mid push here, right, the cart push at the minute 10 with the siege wagon. Yeah, he shifts over and just clicks Flak Cannon. A nice ulti here on the back line allows him to slow them down and put Ember in a very, very awkward position. Not only does this defend the tower, it also gives them a big kill on the enemy mid laner and gets the other heroes very, very low, neutering them for the next minute. And lastly, before we move on to the Mask of Madness timing, I just want to talk about stacks. It's very crucial that you tell your supports to stack. Now, of course, some games they're not going to do it, but in a lot of games it's just a good idea, right? Because it gives them a ton of gold, it gives them a ton of XP, and it's going to amplify your game to extreme lengths, right? It's going to make your hero pop off. A little bit of help from Io obviously helps. It does take quite a while, especially without Rocket Barrage, but he is even willing to drop the ulti and eventually gets another flat cannon. Alright, so moving on ahead, let's talk about the Mask of Madness Ag's timing, and why is this good? Well, first things first, Gyrocopter has pretty decent armor at 16, right? 16 base armor just with a ton of stats here, plus 2 from the Wraith Band, which you generally will be buying. And yeah, the Mask of Madness is just good. It just gives you 10 damage, 10 attack speed, 24% lifesteal, which I personally feel like is a huge number. It doesn't work on Flak, so keep in mind lifesteal isn't like super broken on Gyro or anything like that. It doesn't work on the Flak, but it does work on the Ags. And what's particularly interesting is that the Ags was buffed. When you have Ags and you click Flat Cannon, instead of the Ags side gunner hitting 1 target every 1.2 seconds, it hits 2 targets. This might not seem like a big deal, but, well, actually, it probably does seem like a big deal. It's double the damage, and even though Flak doesn't work with lifesteal, the Flat Cannon Ags buff does, right? So you get double the hits and double the lifesteal from the Ags. This is really huge when you eventually get Satanic. Now, for a while, I honestly recommend being as patient as possible and honestly farming as much as you can. Without Rocket Barrage, your hero isn't insane at this point of the game, and honestly, it just dies. Even though it's tanky, like, he has a lot of HP, right? He has a 200 health talent and does have 2200 health, up to 2300 with Strength Treads. You're still pretty squishy, just the nature of the heroes that you kind of die. You don't have any real disengage, especially when you aren't leveling the Rocket Barrage, because it gives you the slow resistance too, right? With this build, you're kind of all in on farming. He is being relocated into kills, but other than that, it's just defensive, clicking Flak as much as you can, and wiping through Ancient camps. And yeah, you just want to basically farm Ancients as much as you can at this point of the game. Farm Ancients and then take the lane that's in the area, right? Bottom if you're on Dire, top if you're on Radiant. It's pretty simple. All right, and out comes the Rapier. Now, the first step when you get Rapier on Gyrocopter is to ping it. I just want to quickly show you guys that he does do that. It's very important to make your team understand what the priority is. Save Gyrocopter, protect Gyrocopter, and lastly, and most importantly, help Gyrocopter get a damn Aegis. Get an Aegis! And this timing is very good from him because he gets it at 1930, which first of all seems really fast. He is huge. To be fair, he's 9-2, right? He's 9-2, he had a great laning stage, he got the safe lane tower. This is an optimal game. He's getting relocated into kills, which is hyper efficient, so typically you would aim for more around like a 23-24 minute timing on something like this, and then you would take Aegis minute 25 on the top side of the map, right? Basically, it's Dire Roche is what you'd be looking for, and that's when you can kind of try to end the game. So sometimes, can you get a Radiant Roche with that? Yes, you can, right? But basically, you want to get the Rapier and then Roche, and this is huge. Roshan comes bottom, the enemy team, because it's a pub, has no idea. Actually, oh, what a beast play. Oh, that would have been so game-winning. To be fair, there's like almost no chance that works, but that was such a Chad play. And yeah, now you man up. If people don't respect you, they die. Because it's nuts. You basically double hit, right? With the Aghanim Scepter, you're gonna double hit heroes that come into melee range, and they don't expect the Rapier damage. So someone like Ember, he's not expecting to die here, right? Because he could Remnant out right away, but he's like, yeah, poke a little bit and then get out. But look at his health. It just evaporates. It evaporates, and that's when you quickly realize, oh, Gyro has a Rapier. Now from there, he queues up Satanic and then a bunch of Rapiers, which is pretty funny. He clearly has an idea of how to win the game on the hero. But yeah, let's get into it. Now on this timing, you want to force the issue. If the enemy team is not doing well and they're behind, you can go high ground. And the reason why is Gyro going up high ground is insanely OP at minute 20 to 25, which is optimally why you try to get the Aegis between this timer. As I said, it can be hard if you're not as farmed as he is, as he's been hyper efficient, having a great game. But if you can, it's great to go high ground because you can use Flak on the tower. Now, to be fair, another buff to Gyrocopter, and Zero got so many buffs, is that Flak Cannon gives night vision, right? When you activate it, you get bonus night vision, which kind of means that going high ground in the nighttime isn't that bad as long as you have Flat Cannon active. Right, so as you'll see here, it walks up to high ground, they silence him, and then they have to be careful. He does get silenced, which is a great play from the Air Spirit, and he is getting actually extremely low, but the Flax will eventually come in and the Undying, poor guy, oh my gosh. What the hell? And the enemy team isn't even ready. They're not even ready, as he does go down here, but they're not ready. They don't want to fight. And how did Ember die? Wait, what? How did Ember die? Did he get followed by Flak hits? No, that can't be it. No way. No. So unfortunately in his player view, he didn't see it, but I have to see this. Where are the Flak hits? They don't even show on the screen. What the heck? That's so stupid. Okay, apparently Flak follows you globally. Well, that's interesting. He's probably like, how did I kill him? Look at that. Oh, he's gonna kill the MP. He's gonna kill him. Oh, he missed uphill. I think he missed twice uphill. This is unbelievable. And you can see this is the timing. Because most heroes, when they go high ground, you get poked. But people can't poke you as... Oh, you gotta be careful about getting speared into base. Does he know Mars doesn't have blink? Mars has blink. Wow, that was psychotic. But they can end the game. I mean, can they really fight? Can they really fight? I mean, they have to try to spear him back. To be fair, they have Arena, which is very good against Gyro because it blocks all the flak hits. So you have to try. He BKBs should... No, he didn't spear the Gyro. He's just going to die now. Okay, they're all inning, but he has Satanic, can purge the vessel. The flak comes out, and yeah, they just all die. I mean, that's unbelievable. I mean, there's no other hero that can do something like this. This is very unique to Gyrocopter. And I wanted to make this video kind of just as a reminder that Dota is just this incredible game where you can just do so many different things. I'm not obviously suggesting that you have to go Rapier Gyro. It's just crazy. Like, what is this? I mean, the fact that Ember died globally to Flak just shows. I mean, he's got an overcharge IO as well, which is huge. He's got an alacrity from Invoker, which is great. The Satanic came out at a perfect time here, purging the vessel, allowing him to heal up. Because he was half HP, right? Maybe he dies. Would have been close for sure. But he gets healed up by IO after purging the vessel, and they all die. Yeah, that's well, I'm going to play that from free camera because there's nothing else to show besides showing the backline die. Now, I will say, I think maybe you don't hit Mars here. The only reason I say that, or maybe you don't click Flak right away. The only reason I say that is the Flak very hard countered by Mars, right? So this matchup actually makes Gyro much, much worse. Ends up not mattering here, clearly. But even with only, what, 5 flak hits? 4 flak hits? No, 5. So with 5 flak hits, NP dies to it. Wow. Oh my god. And yeah, it's GG. That's it. That's a 22-minute game. And alright, that's going to be all, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. This is just a very cool strategy. I hope some of you guys try it. I know people are going to be like, wow, Speed, my carry player's going to pick this and my pupping grief. He's going to grief no matter what. I don't know what to tell you. You guys always think your carry player griefs. They're going to grief no matter what. This build is actually legit if you get off to a good start. Actually, that's not even true. I literally had this guy do it in a game against me, and we were like 10k over the head, and he bought a Rapier and turned the game for his team. So I'm not kidding. That actually happened. This is a true story. I could have showed you that game too. No joke. Same guy, same build. Well, not same build. Similar build. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and good luck with this build. Peace.
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.